A brand new life, arriving at the perfect moment. Just as one of country music's greatest legends prepares to say goodbye to the stage forever, something incredible happens behind the scenes. A tiny heartbeat, a brand new chapter, and suddenly, what should feel like an ending, turns into something much bigger. Because this week, Alan Jackson didn't just make headlines for his farewell tour. He became a grandfather again. And the story behind this emotional moment, it's one fans won't forget anytime soon. A Valentine's Day surprise. It couldn't have been timed more perfectly. On February 13th, just days before Valentine's Day, Alan Jackson's daughter Matty welcomed her second child into the world, a beautiful baby girl named Charlotte Ann Smith. But to her family, she's already known by a much sweeter name. Charlie. Weighing 6 pounds, 8 ounces, and measuring 20 inches long, baby Charlie arrived just a little earlier than expected. And honestly, that only made the moment feel even more special. Matty took to Instagram to share the news, and her message said everything. She described her daughter as a tiny pink blessing, a phrase that instantly captured hearts across the country music world. And you could feel it. This wasn't just an announcement. It was pure love. Because from the very first moment, Charlie wasn't just welcomed. She was already deeply, completely adored. Family overflowing with love. And Charlie didn't arrive into just any family. She was born into a home already full of love, laughter, and legacy. Her parents, Matty and Connor Smith, were overjoyed, but they weren't the only ones. Waiting at home was her big brother, Ryman, already stepping into his new role with excitement. And then there's the grandparents, Alan Jackson and his wife Denise. You could almost feel the emotion in Alan's voice when he shared the news with fans. He posted a photo, proudly introducing his new granddaughter to the world, calling it a moment of pure joy. But here's what makes this even more powerful. This isn't their first grandchild. Charlie joins her cousin, Jackson Olvie Bradshaw, the son of Alan's other daughter, Alexandra. So what you're seeing here isn't just a growing family. It's a legacy, expanding. One generation at a time. A bittersweet year for a legend. But here's where the story takes a deeper turn. Because while this moment is filled with happiness, it's also happening during a very emotional year for Alan Jackson. After decades of dominating country music, the Chattahoochee singer is preparing to close one of the most legendary careers the genre has ever seen. This summer, he's taking the stage one final time. And not just anywhere. At Nissan Stadium in Nashville, in front of more than 55,000 fans. And the craziest part, the show sold out almost instantly. That's the kind of impact Alan Jackson has had. Generations grew up on his music. His songs weren't just hits, they were memories. Road trips, first dances, late-night radio moments. And now, it's all leading to one final goodbye. A farewell like no other. And this won't be just any concert. It's shaping up to be one of the biggest farewell events country music has ever seen. Because Alan won't be standing on that stage alone. He'll be joined by a powerhouse lineup of some of the biggest names in the industry. Luke Bryan, Eric Church, Luke Combs, Riley Green, Cody Johnson, Miranda Lambert, John Pardy, Carrie Underwood, Keith Urban, LeAnn Rimes. Just think about that. That's not just a concert. That's a celebration of an entire era. A tribute to a man whose music helped define country music for decades. And even Alan himself admitted, he was overwhelmed. He thanked fans for their support, saying he wished there were enough seats for everyone who wanted to be there. That says everything. The perfect full circle moment. But here's what makes this story unforgettable. Right in the middle of this emotional goodbye, life had something else planned. A brand new beginning. Baby Charlie. And somehow, it changes everything. Because while Alan Jackson may be stepping away from the stage, he's stepping into something just as meaningful. Family. Moments like this remind you, it's never really the end. It's just a new chapter. One where the spotlight fades. And the real legacy begins. The man behind the music. Here's the part most people don't talk about enough. Behind the sold-out stadiums, the awards, the chart-topping hits, Alan Jackson was always something different. He wasn't flashy. He didn't chase trends. He didn't reinvent himself to stay relevant. He stayed real. And that's exactly why fans never left. From songs like Remember When to Drive, his music wasn't just entertainment. It was life. It was about growing older, losing people, holding on to what matters. And now, those same themes are playing out in real time. Because think about it. The man who once sang about watching his kids grow up is now watching their kids be born. That's not just poetic. That's full circle. Why this moment hits so hard. And maybe that's why this story feels different. It's not just about a baby being born. It's about timing. Because if you look at everything happening right now, it almost feels like life is balancing itself out. On one side, a goodbye, a final performance, the end of touring, the closing of a legendary chapter. And on the other, a brand new beginning. A child who hasn't heard the roar of a crowd yet, but was born into a family built on it. And that contrast, that's what hits people emotionally. Because we've all been there in some way. Watching something end, while something else quietly begins. And realizing, both can exist at the same time. What comes after the final curtain? So what happens after that final show? That's the question a lot of fans are asking. Because when someone like Alan Jackson steps away, it leaves a space that can't really be filled. But maybe that's not the point. Maybe this next chapter was always meant to be quieter, more personal, less about the spotlight, and more about moments like this. Holding his granddaughter, watching his family grow, being present in a way that touring never allowed. Because for the first time in decades, there's no next show, no next city, no next deadline, just time. And sometimes, that's the greatest gift of all. A legacy that will never fade. But let's be clear about one thing. Alan Jackson isn't disappearing, not even close. Because legends don't fade when they leave the stage. They live on in the music, in the stories, in the memories people carry for the rest of their lives. And now, in a brand new generation. Because one day, baby Charlie is going to grow up, and she's going to hear those songs. And someone's going to say, "That's your grandfather." And in that moment, the legacy continues. So yeah, this year may mark the end of Alan Jackson's touring career. But it's also marking something else. A beginning that might matter even more. A new life. A growing family. And a reminder that even as the curtain closes, the story never really ends. If you felt this one, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that actually mean something. Because moments like this, they're why music matters in the first place. And before we come to the end of this video, I just want to take a moment to say a very big thank you to all of you for watching. Your time truly means a lot. In a world where there are thousands of videos you could be watching right now, the fact that you chose to spend a few minutes here with me on Hajara Rama TV is something I truly appreciate. This channel continues to grow because of viewers like you. Every view, every comment, and every bit of support helps this community become stronger. And that's what makes creating these videos so rewarding. If you enjoyed this video, please take a quick moment to like the video, leave a comment below, and share it with your friends or anyone who might enjoy this content. Your interaction really helps the channel reach more people who love stories, entertainment, and updates just like you do. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Hajara Rama TV, and turn on the notification bell so you'll always be among the first to know when a new video is uploaded. There are many more exciting videos coming your way very soon, and I would love for you to be part of this journey as the channel continues to grow. I also enjoy hearing your thoughts, so feel free to drop your opinions, ideas, or suggestions in the comment section. Your voice matters here, and your feedback helps make Hajara Rama TV even better. Once again, thank you so much for watching and for being part of this amazing community. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, stay entertained, and keep watching Hajara Rama TV.